Gezer Calendar, a Hebrew inscription of 7 lines engraved in a limestone tablet written in ancient Hebrew script. Gezer is an ancient city of Canaan on the coastal plain of Sharon, northwest of Jerusalem. This small limestone tablet contains a list of months according to agricultural activities that occurred during its season. The list begins at an unusual point in the early agricultural cycle during the fruit harvest. It would seem to coincide with the autumnal Hebrew New Year, one of the earliest Hebrew epigraphs from around the time of Solomon, written in the limestone. The text seems to be a calendar of agricultural tasks and season. The Gezer calendar is dated by its script to the 10th century BCE, incites an annual cycle of agricultural activities that seems to begin with the month of Tisri. The word month, or 2 months, precedes the name of each month. According to the accepted view, the inscription first lists 2 months of fruit picking, particularly olives. Tisri is 1, or 2 months of harvest of olives. The number 2, follow of 2 months of grain sowing, or they call that Kislev Tivet, that means 2 months of planting cereals. Number 3, 2 months concerned with the late sowing, or they call that Sivat Adar. That means 2 months are late planting of vegetables. Number 4, 1 month of flax harvest by uprooting, or 1 month of hoeing. And number 5, 1 month of barley harvest. Number 6, 1 month of wheat harvest, or they call that Sivan. That means 1 month of harvest of festival grain. Number 7, 2 months of vine pruning, or of vintage, or they call that Tammuz Av. That means 2 months of grape harvesting. And the last, at the end of the month of Kaye, the picking of drying of figs, and they call that Elul. 1 month of summer fruit, or 1 last month. The Gezer calendar is dated by its script to the 10th century BCE, incites an annual cycle of agricultural activities that seem to begin with the month of Tisri. The tablet was discovered in 1908 during excavations of Gezer by the British archaeologist R.A.S. McAllister. He dug there from 1902 to 1909 as director of the Palestine Exploration Fund, marking the beginning of scientific archaeology in Palestine. The original of the tablet is now in Istanbul Archaeological Museum. In an attempt to save the iniquities of Palestine popular plunder and in the hope of discovering an archive, he led a British excavation that dug across the tell in wide stretches, dumping the refuse from trends into the previous, and nature and purpose of the calendar are not clear, and many different explanations have been proposed. Some scholars have suggested that the Gezer calendar was a peasant almanac or schoolboy's writing exercise, in which the case it could be a poem that was taught to remember the names of the months. A simple choice for a practice text, although this interpretation fits the material that the tablet, a limestone surface that is easily scrapped or reused, in its shape with a hole for one finger and indent for another. It implies that literacy was a widespread phenomenon at a rather early date. Another view holds that the Gezer calendar was designed for a collection of taxes from farmers. It is also possible that the content of the description is a popular song listing the months of the year according to the agricultural seasons. Wala, hindi ko na ikon